7-year-old boy burned in mine explosion. A 7-year-old boy died Wednesday at the Beaver Valley Hospital in Martin, and this took place on January 17th, 1946 in Floyd County. And the reason why he had to go to Beaver Valley was because there wasn't a hospital in McDowell yet. The coal mine was near McDowell. The victim, Wilbur L. Moore, died at the hospital at 2 o'clock Wednesday morning. Critically burned in the explosion was his father, Monroe Moore of McDowell, whose condition was described as touch and go. The third man in the mine at the time of the explosion, Walker Gayhart, also of McDowell, was severely burned but is expected to recover. He also is a patient in the Beaver Valley Hospital. The two men were working the coal bank for their own fuel, it was said. And people back then used to have their own little coal reserves on the side of the hill, and that's what they used to heat their houses with and cook with. Surviving the young victim are his father and two brothers, Ernest and Walter. Funeral will be conducted today, Thursday, at Drift, the Reverend Ed Mosley officiating. Burial at Orkney was under the direction of the Ryan Funeral Home. Walker Gayhart lived to be 70 years old. His dad, Monroe Moore, little Wilbur's dad, passed away in 1949, so he lived 3 years past the explosion. And I don't know what caused the explosion. It could have been a buildup of gases or a buildup of coal dust could have caused the explosion. But I found the death certificate for his dad, Monroe Moore. City or town, McDowell, Kentucky. Date of death, 12/19/1949. Widowed. His date of birth was June 17th, 1885. He lived to be 65. His birthplace was McDowell, Kentucky. His father's name was Jerry Moore. His mother's name was Jane Moore. And the informant listed on the death certificate is listed as Orville Tackett. And disease or condition directly leading to death, it says heart attack. It says fell dead on railroad between McDowell, Kentucky, and Orkney. Heart failure is listed as the cause and manner of death. Signature Marvin Ransdale, MD. Burial, and I can't read the name of the cemetery, but it says the location of the cemetery as Orkney, Kentucky, but I can find no Monroe listed at any of the local cemeteries. And my guess would be that him and his wife and his son, little Wilbur, is probably buried in unmarked graves across the road from Spewing Camp Holler in Orkney, Kentucky. And his mother's name was May Moore, and she died in July the 30th, 1941. And she passed away. It's a city or town, Gayhart, Kentucky, and that would be considered in between Orkney and Price and hi-hat. And it says her name of her husband was Monroe Moore, and her birth date was August the 25th, 1907. She was 33 years old when she passed. Birthplace, Richardson, Kentucky. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Occupation, domestic. The name of her father was Henry Meade. Birthplace, Laurel County. Her mother's name was Sally Cottle. Birthplace, Richardson, Kentucky. The informant's name was her husband, Monroe Moore, little Willard's dad. Address, Gayhart, Kentucky. Burial place, Orkney, Kentucky. The name of the funeral director, I can't read it, but the address is Martin, Kentucky. And the cause of death is said to be heart attack, sudden death. And she died at home. Heart attack victim. Signature, Monroe Moore. Address, Gayhart, Kentucky. And little Wilbur's death certificate reads, he died at the Beaver Valley Hospital. Wilbur L. Moore. Birth date was April the 14th, 1938. Birthplace, Orkney, Kentucky. He was a student. His father's name, Monroe Moore. Birthplace, Floyd County. May Meade is listed as his mother. Birthplace, Laurel County or Lawrence County. Informant's signature is listed as Caroline Tackett, Drift, Kentucky. And the burial place of little Wilbur, it says Orkney, Kentucky. And the signature of the funeral director looks like Ryan. Address of Martin, Kentucky. The date of death, 1/16/46. Immediate cause of death, 3rd-degree burns over the whole of body and face. And for an extra genealogy bit, I found this family on the census. Unincorporated place, Gearhart. And this was in 1940. Magistrate District 3, County Floyd. State Highway 122. And you can see all the different people that lived around this family. There were Gearharts, Yateses, Tacketts, who were listed as informants on the death certificate, and Howells and Johnsons. And Monroe Moore is listed as the head of household on this census. His wife is listed as Allie Mae. Son, Ernest Earl, and little Wilbur Lee. Willis is listed as a stepson, and Georgie Moore, stepdaughter. Okay, and underneath that, Orville Tackett's household is listed. Orville Tackett, wife Caroline Tackett, Homer, son, Burness Hall Jr., stepson, and Green Hall as a stepson, and Jarvie Howe and Lizzie Howe, McKinley, Burbage, John C., Ralph, Rowan, and Teddy, and a Tom Johnson, and Susie as the wife, Edgar, son, Edgelson. And Monroe's occupation is listed as a laborer on road construction. as a lot of these are either laborers on farms, road construction, coal mines, and tipple workers.